Many XRP holders focus on accumulation. More coins, bigger position, and stronger conviction. But almost nobody asks the uncomfortable question: can you be overexposed to XRP? How do you measure it? And why do holders misread it so often? Let's dive in. Retail investors rarely think in percentages. They think in tokens, in round numbers, in milestones. Owning 5,000 XRP feels powerful. But without knowing what percentage of your portfolio that represents, the number is meaningless. This is unit bias. We prefer counting units over optimizing structure. Overexposure isn't emotional language, it's structural math. It happens when one asset dominates your total risk. Not your attention, your risk. If XRP represents the majority of your investable capital, your portfolio becomes directionally dependent. At that point, volatility is no longer market noise. It's personal exposure. Academic studies show retail investors typically hold fewer than 3 assets. Barber and Odeon documented consistent overconcentration between 1999 and 2014. Crypto portfolios are even more concentrated, according to Chainalysis Retail Behavior Reports. The pattern repeats: high conviction, low diversification, elevated volatility exposure. Bitcoin still represents roughly 50 to 55% of total crypto market capitalization. XRP represents approximately 1 to 2% of that market. If XRP represents 70% of your portfolio, you are statistically concentrated relative to market structure. That doesn't mean wrong. It means asymmetrical exposure. In traditional finance, allocations above 10 to 20% in a single asset are considered concentrated. CFA frameworks emphasize diversification to manage volatility, not eliminate return. Family offices often distribute capital across equities, fixed income, alternatives, and liquidity buffers. Concentration exists, but it's managed intentionally. On-chain data shows over 70% of XRP wallets hold fewer than 100 XRP. Fewer than 5% exceed 10,000 XRP. Distribution is heavily skewed towards smaller balances, but wallet size doesn't automatically reflect total wealth. It reflects token concentration within that address. A wallet holding 10,000 XRP might represent 2% of someone's total net worth. Another wallet with 500 XRP might represent 80% of someone else's capital. Rarity doesn't equal overexposure. Weighting does. The true variable isn't how rare your stack is. It's how dominant it is. XRP has historically shown strong cyclicality across crypto market cycles. During major downturns, drawdowns exceeding 60 to 80% have occurred within months. It also maintains high correlation with Bitcoin during macro phases. When one volatile asset dominates your portfolio, concentration risk compounds quickly, especially in downturns. Exposure starts with one simple formula: XRP value divided by total portfolio value equals allocation percentage. The number of coins is irrelevant. Only the proportion matters. Without measuring in percentages, you're not assessing risk. You're counting units. Structure begins with math, not conviction. Stress testing clarifies exposure instantly. If XRP drops 50%, how much of your total wealth disappears? 10%? 30%? 60%? Professional risk management always models downside first. If the scenario feels catastrophic, your allocation may already exceed rational limits. Emotion usually reacts after math warns. Diversification doesn't eliminate growth potential. It reduces extreme swings. Modern portfolio theory demonstrates that combining imperfectly correlated assets lowers volatility without necessarily reducing expected return. The goal isn't to dilute conviction, it's to prevent one asset from dictating your entire financial outcome. Conviction can quietly transform into concentration. The stronger your belief in an asset, the easier it becomes to justify increasing allocation. Confidence replaces calculation. Exposure grows without proportional diversification. Over time, belief shifts from thesis to identity, making reduction psychologically difficult. Online environments amplify extreme allocations. Echo chambers normalize 80 to 100% concentration in single assets. Repeated exposure shifts perceived norms. What feels common digitally is statistically rare in professional portfolio construction. When everyone appears fully allocated, moderation feels like weakness, even when it's rational. Previous gains distort forward risk perception. If XRP performed strongly during a past cycle, your brain anchors to that memory. Recency bias lowers perceived downside probability. Future volatility feels unlikely because past recovery occurred. But markets don't repeat on schedule, and past resilience doesn't guarantee future symmetry. Concentration isn't automatically irrational, but high allocation demands higher discipline. Clear exit criteria, defined risk thresholds, liquidity outside the concentrated asset. Without structure, conviction alone becomes exposure risk. With structure, concentration becomes strategic, not emotional. The difference lies in planning, not belief. Ultra-wealthy portfolios do concentrate, but rarely impulsively. Family offices often allocate significantly to high-conviction positions while maintaining liquidity buffers and diversified external assets. Concentration exists within a broader structure. The difference isn't size, it's hedging, time horizon, and risk absorption capacity. Liquidity determines survivability. If your XRP position dominates your wealth and cannot be adjusted during stress, exposure becomes constraint. Professional investors ensure flexibility before conviction. Illiquid concentration forces emotional decisions during volatility, often at the worst possible moment. XRP itself is neutral. Volatility, cyclicality, and correlation are structural characteristics, not flaws. The real variable is allocation. An asset representing 5% behaves differently than one representing 70%. Blaming XRP for concentration risk misidentifies the source. Exposure is a portfolio decision, not a token property. Portfolio risk is determined by weighting. If XRP equals 10% of your assets, volatility impacts are contained. If XRP equals 80%, volatility defines your entire financial trajectory. Same asset, different exposure, different outcome. Structure transforms risk from dominant force into manageable component. Extreme underexposure often reflects fear. Extreme overexposure often reflects overconfidence. Both originate from emotion. Rational allocation sits between avoidance and obsession. Wealth seeks balance, not maximalism. The goal isn't to eliminate risk, it's to calibrate it proportionally. Emotional extremes distort both directions. Conviction without structure increases fragility. Structure without conviction lacks direction. Wealth combines both. Allocation rules, risk limits, periodic rebalancing. These mechanisms stabilize long-term outcomes more effectively than belief alone. XRP exposure becomes sustainable when embedded in disciplined portfolio design. Being overexposed doesn't mean believing too strongly. It means allowing one asset to dominate outcome variance. Risk concentration increases volatility impact, regardless of conviction level. Managing exposure isn't betrayal, it's preservation. Wealth protects downside before pursuing upside. Growth follows protection. Large portfolios prioritize survival across cycles. Compounding works only when capital remains intact. Reducing extreme concentration increases durability. Durability enables patience. Patience enables growth. Without protection, volatility interrupts compounding. Allocation discipline isn't defensive, it's foundational. Are you overexposed to XRP? Only math can answer that, not emotion. XRP isn't the danger. Unmeasured concentration is. If you want to explore the world of crypto, don't chase miracles. Educate yourself, because in this world, a simple click can change a life. But only knowledge can protect your future.